Grim Masquerade has 2 to 5 fairy tale characters collecting artifacts and keeping their role hidden from other players. Players draw a random character card, peek at it, then place it face down. For this review, we're showing it face up. The top left shows the Boon artifact, the bottom right shows the Bane artifact. At the start, set out 2 artifacts plus 1 for each player. In player order, draft 1 artifact and place face up in front of you. You're immediately unmasked if you have 2 of your character's Bane artifacts in your play area. You immediately win the round if you have 3 of your character's Boon artifacts. Let's walk through the first turn of the game. Player 1 is Sleeping Beauty. They drafted the mask because the clock wasn't available. They then drew their first artifact and were faced with a choice. Keep it or pass it to any other player. Whatever choice is made, you must do the other with the second drawn artifact. They drew a spindle and decided to pass it. The second artifact is another mask. There are optional actions that can be performed after your card draws. The point the finger board always has 1 action available. Guess what it is? The other 2 actions are randomly drawn each round. They usually involve drawing/passing artifacts or peeking at unused character cards. To perform an action, discard 2 matching artifacts from your tableau. That's why Sleeping Beauty wanted that second mask. When you have 2 of the same artifact, there is something you must do in your turn. Place an evidence marker on the character with the matching Bane. For example, the Sleeping Beauty player had 2 masks. They placed a marker on Red Riding Hood to show they weren't this character. Eventually, you'll have enough information to point the finger at another player to deduce their identity. If you point the finger and were incorrect, the accused player earns a rose token. If you were correct, they are unmasked and you gain 2 rose tokens, 1 for a correct guess and 1 for unmasking. If you unmask a player by passing them their second Bane artifact, you earn 1 rose token. The round ends when only 1 player remains and they collect the round's rose trophy. It's worth 1 point in the first round, 3 points in the second, and 5 points in the third round. I keep talking about being unmasked, but unlike in many games, you aren't eliminated. While you can no longer win the round, you can still unmask other players and earn rose tokens. When unmasked, you'll cover that character on the board, retrieve your evidence markers, scoop up your tableau, and keep the cards in your hand. From here on out, you'll draw only 1 artifact per turn, but you can pass any card in your hand to an opponent. If you're paying attention, you might be able to eliminate 1 or more players. Draw and pass artifacts, deduce rolls, and outlast everyone else. That's the Grim Masquerade. Our games of the Grim Masquerade, including Setup and Takedown, have been around 45 minutes. Stick to a dining table. While the board isn't big, player areas grow pretty large and you'll need space for the fingerboard and actions. You'll need to read actions and opponents, although the cards are written at about a grade 2 or 3 level. Math is single-digit addition. Bluffing, pushing your luck, and risk management are all important, but young kids will probably still have fun guessing. Some 7 and possibly 6-year-olds with game experience will be fine, and most kids by 8 can join in. In our 4th game of the Grim Masquerade, I was Sleeping Beauty, and the first card I got was a clock. This is going to be easy, or so I thought. Grandma gave me a spindle on her second turn. In the 3rd round, Dad was out after Grandma, and I gave him his 2 Bane cards in a row. Mom gave me another clock, then used point the finger to unmask Grandma. This game was mine. Mom was one of 2 characters, and I guessed wrong. After giving her a rose, Dad got his revenge by unmasking me by giving me a second spindle. So close. The Grim Masquerade is gorgeous thanks to art by Mr. Cuddington. Druid City games always look great, and this is no different. The graphic design is clean and the components are fine. What a cool theme. Beast invites you to a magic masquerade party and you're competing for his roses. I also like that because of this, you're all individually competing. All other hidden role games I've played have some sort of team or 1 versus many system. The card system is clever. 2 Banes either unmask you or provides information to other players. 3 Boons wins the round. Do you risk gaining a Bane in order to fool others? Do you spend cards quickly to perform actions? Or do you wait and learn first? I love that eliminated players still have a chance to unmask and gain roses. This gives you a reason to keep paying attention, usually revenge, rather than just sitting while other people have fun. Rewarding the person falsely accused? Genius. This prevents players from just guessing constantly. It also puts information out, meaning your bad guess allowed an opponent to win. So smart. Scoring can be swingy because of how the round rewards go up. If one player wins the first 2 rounds, they could still lose the game because of a 5-point token. Then again, you could be unmasked but be good at unmasking others. Once comfortable with the game, add the wagers variant. This adds a new action card, Secrets, that lets you take the player card of the character you think will win. If correct, you win roses equal to the winner's amount. I love that you switch characters and change the actions between rounds. This adds variety, especially once you add the special abilities. An additional advanced rule allows the character with the fewest roses to gain the special ability of the character they just were. Big Bad Wolf's is What Big Eyes, and allows you to look in an unused character card if you were wrong when pointing the finger. With that said, I'd like to see an expansion with more actions. They're so cool and thematic, but you see the same ones every game. I'd also love to see more characters, but since they're printed on the board, I don't see that ever happening. The Grim Masquerade is a hidden role game with lots of risk and reward, plus many opportunities to push your luck. It's not bad with 3, but I prefer it with more players. Extra people make it more likely that you'll be unmasked, or someone else is unmasked before you've the chance to guess who they are. You need to work quicker, and things are tenser. I'd rank the included variants as special abilities, wagers, then treasures, but I had fun with all 3. I don't recommend using them before your 3rd game, and start first with the treasures. They're a wild artifact, making the game simpler. Personally, I prefer just using the abilities and the wagers. An awesome theme, the right amount of decisions and chance, plus a reasonable playtime, this is the best hidden role game I've played by far.